Hey everybody, it's I. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you're new. Welcome back to my room. I'm back in here finally. I'm taking kind of unintentional break, but I am back and I'm going to have some new videos out. So today is going to be my May no-buy update. So if this is your first video of mine, I've been doing a no-buy since December of 2018. So I started it then, I did a month, just kind of test out, see how how it would go. And so far it's worked out fairly well. However, I did look at some numbers this month and it was kind of crazy what I've spent, even though I'm on a no-buy. I'm planning to do this for the foreseeable future because I am planning on renovating a van and traveling full-time, hopefully this time next year, if not maybe like toward the end of the fall next year. So I was tempted to buy a few things because of all the Memorial Day sales that happened this weekend, and like leading up, they'd start their Memorial Day sales like a month in advance, it feels like. So there's a few brands that had like sales and stuff that don't normally have a sale, but it wasn't really that good. Like I feel like sometimes, like especially the online only brands or like the smaller brands, don't have the blowout like 70% off crazy stuff like some of the in-store brands do, and I'm okay with that because a lot of brands I saw that were having sales were the more ethical, eco-friendly kind of brands, which actually a few I'll talk about later, but the stuff is more expensive, you know, it's not mass produced, it's not like child labor like a lot of other brands use, so, you know. And I was tempted to buy some stuff because unfortunately it was a sad day in the cruelty-free community because Wet n Wild was discovered to not be cruelty-free. And it's not like they were suddenly no longer cruelty-free, that they haven't been for a while, and they've been lying about it. So I talked about that more in my last Get Ready With Me. Go check that out. It should be up before this one. But I wanted to buy some stuff to replace what I had from Wet n Wild because at first I didn't think that I could do a full face without anything from Wet n Wild. The only thing that I'm going to have a problem with is eyeshadow primer because my Milani one, I'm pretty sure I've had that forever and it's like almost gone. And so I'm like having to bend it and squeeze it out, but it's kind of irritating my eyes when I use it, so I'm thinking about getting rid of it, which I probably should if it's irritating my eyes, duh. But and then the only other eyeshadow primer I have is the Wet n Wild one, and that's kind of doing the same thing, so I'm thinking about, I don't know if that's old too, but I am thinking about getting a new one. I've heard that there's one from Anastasia, I hope it's vegan, that is like absolutely amazing. Everybody's saying it's like the best primer, so I will cross that bridge when I come to it, I suppose. I just haven't dealt with it yet because I haven't been wearing makeup that much lately. Then I took a trip with my mom this past Sunday to in Cincinnati. I live like in Kentucky, like below Cincinnati, so we went to the shopping center up there and they had an REI and a Nordstrom Rack that I wanted to stop in because I needed a few things. And then I was gonna go to Whole Foods, but it started raining, so I was like, I'm just gonna save some money and go to Kroger. But when I was in REI, I was like, oh my gosh, this place is the best. I had been inside there, but I didn't really venture like back into the clothing section. Just kind of looked, I was like, oh, this is like all outdoor stuff. I'm not an outdoor person, so I was like, I don't really use any of this. But they have this brand called Prana, which I have following online for a long time. I keep putting off making an order with them because number one, because I no buy, and they rarely have sales. They're one of the brands like I mentioned before where if they have a sale, it's only like 20%. But they have a lot of their clothing. They have like their swimsuits, everything. So I'll talk about later like what happened with that, because in these videos I do talk about the stuff that I bought at the end of the video, that way, you know, if you don't care about that. But I like wanted to buy everything from there because they have like Prada, they have Columbia, and quite a few other brands that I hadn't really heard of, but I looked up and they're all seem to be ethically made and eco-friendly. There's a lot of like recycled materials and stuff, and yeah, I could probably buy a lot of stuff there. That's like, my style has kind of changed over the past few years. Like before, if you would ask me what if I could own everything from a store, it would probably have been like, I don't know, Hot Topic, or like I'm glad that I didn't know about Dolls Kill or those kinds of websites when I was in like high school, because I probably would have spent all my money there. I'm trying to think what other stores I would have bought everything from. I liked American Eagle for a while, but I'm pretty sure they're like kind of like a fast fashion, but they're more expensive. So I don't know. But yeah, I could, I mean, I don't think they had like bras, underwear and stuff there, which I get my underwear and stuff from Packed Apparel, which I bought some in my last video where they had a sale and for Earth Day. And between Prana and Packed, I could probably get by with buying all my new clothes. I think I'm just going to, I really need to start like thrifting stuff instead of buying, you know, new. But if you are going to buy new, make sure that it is eco-friendly and fair trade. And that's why, like, some of the stuff I got, I spent a little more than is normally like acceptable to spend on that kind of stuff. But I am like investing in my clothing and making sure that I'm buying good quality stuff and not stuff that's gonna, you know, just disintegrate first time you wash it. And then I've also been researching less waste. Sorry if you see this, that was a mosquito bite. It left a nasty bruise. It was all swollen, and mosquitoes like eat me alive. But anyways, so I've been researching less waste options, and at some point I want to go to a Lush store to get some of their naked products, because there's not really that much stuff that I'm kind of running low on. I am running low on like a daytime moisturizer, and they have these solid products that aren't in any packaging. You just keep them in like a little tin or something, and there's no plastic or whatever to throw away. Because I have, actually, where I saved up my empties last year, I still have a big paper like shopping bag full of empty plastic bottles that I haven't gotten around to recycling. So maybe at the end of this year I'll just do one big recycling spree. And then there are some brands starting to pop up that are makeup brands doing like the less waste thing. So I'm gonna look into those. And then also like buying food and stuff in bulk. I tried that. It's hard to get used to buy food like just in bulk with like your own packaging and stuff. It's kind of awkward. Like, it's, especially around here where I live, it's not really that big of a thing yet. But if you're somewhere like, you know, somewhere trendy like Oregon or Seattle or whatever, it's probably, you know, not that big of a deal. But I want to try doing that, and especially like being in the van and stuff, I don't want to have to deal with, selfishly, I don't want to have to deal with all the trash, you know, that from like food packaging and stuff. So I'm sure as I go out west and like, you know, other places, that they will have like bulk stores, because now all the options I have are like the little bit at Whole Foods and a little bit at this place called what's it called, Fresh Time. It's fresh, like THYME, like the herb. And then some other stuff. I did get a new phone, so I got it's the Samsung Galaxy S10e, and I like it so far. It's just, it doesn't have the button. So it's kind of like, I've gotten used to it in like a day or two. But where I work, we order our product on iPads, and it's obviously not like this. It has a button like a normal iPad, and I keep like trying to turn it on, like smack the screen like, why isn't it turning on? I'm like, oh wait, this is not my phone. But so I'm not including that in my numbers, like the case and the screen protector and everything. And I was dumb and got a clear case, and I need a magnet because my mount in my car is magnetic, so I need to buy a replacement magnet because the old one was stuck in my old case, and you can totally see it through there. So I should have gotten like a case. I think I'm gonna get a sticker or something to put on the back. I just haven't figured out what yet. Because the reason I got that new phone was because I'm on my dad's phone plan now through T-Mobile. I was with AT&T for a long time. Like, ever since I got my first phone, AT&T was called Singular. That's how long ago that was. And I just been with them the whole time. I've had the same phone number, and it's really, really expensive to have one phone on a phone line. I was paying, think about $90 a month, and that's after my phone was paid off, so there was no phone plan, just service was $90 a month. And and they kept like trying to raise my data, which I actually got away with it because I didn't pay attention. Like one time I logged into my account and they said like upgrade pending or whatever. I'm like, I'm not asking to upgrade my plan, like what's going on? So I called them and they undid it after I like had to be transferred around like 10 times so they could find somebody that could do it, because I had like 3 gigs I think, and they were trying to force me up to 6. I'm like, I don't need 6 because I don't use it that much off of Wi-Fi. But you know, when I travel I'll need that, which I'll talk about in a minute. But so I had to do that, and then they upgraded it again without my permission. I just found that out like while I was canceling AT&T from getting the new one. So I'm glad that I got rid of them. Well, what made me do that in the first place was because I was going to buy a new phone anyways, and AT&T has that, you know, most providers now have it where it's like 0 down and you just make a payment each month on the phone instead of having to pay for it all up front. And my bill was, I think it was only $70, not $90. So the bill was $70, and the phone installment was going to be, I think like 15 to 20, somewhere in there. And then they send you an email saying, here's what your bill is now, here's what your next bill is with all the activation fees, and then here's what your bill is going to be going forward. The activation one with activation fee was going to be $160, so that was $90 more. And then the column where it showed like what your bill was going to be each month after that was going to be $130. Like, how does $70 plus less than 20 equal 130? It doesn't. So yeah, that was baloney. I had enough, so my dad offered to put me on his plan, and guess how much that's going to cost? A whopping $10 for service, and the phone is about $30 because I got when I was going to upgrade my own line, I was going to get like the lower model Galaxy because it was cheaper. But with this one I got the new one, so I wouldn't have to upgrade it so fast. So if you buy an older phone, they get, you know, they slow down and stop working after a while. So there's that. It's gonna, oh, what did my hair do? So I'm going to save quite a bit of money that way. So it's only going to be about $50 a month instead of $90, and when I pay off the phone, it's only going to be $10 a month. But with T-Mobile, the plan is unlimited, and they do have like an add-on thing for just like a few dollars, like $5 more. You can make it like high def unlimited where it's not going to slow down or anything. And that will be beneficial, so I can use that for internet when I travel, and as long as I have service, I'll have internet. And you can make your phone into like a hotspot. Or no, that's what it is. You can make your phone like an unlimited hotspot. Like, because normally right now I think I have like maybe 10 gigs of hotspot. But if you do that, like do that add-on for like $5 a month, then you can make it unlimited. So I'm happy that I made the switch there. I'm going to save a lot of money. I should have done that a long time ago. And then something else coming up. So I'm filming this, what day is it? The 29th. So it's almost the end of May. And I've talked about this more in my budget videos. I'm going to talk about that a lot, but I haven't done it yet because today's Wednesday and I get paid on Friday. So what I'm going to do is I have this. So I had 2 credit cards, just to simplify everything. I had 2 credit cards. I paid off one. So I have that's not going to work with that hand gesture, but I paid off the first one, so credit card number 1, and then I have a credit card number 2. Number 2 is going to start accruing interest next month in like 2 weeks. So I got a 3rd credit card, which I call credit card number 3, easy enough, and I did a balance transfer onto that credit card number 3 because it had 0% interest away, because when the promotional period ends on a credit card, you get slapped with all the interest, and that was going to be like a lot of money. So I did the balance transfer, but unfortunately didn't get approved for enough on credit card number 3 to cover it. So I still have a little bit left on credit card number 2, and I've got to pay that off pretty soon or have a bunch of interest. My notebook keeps sliding off my leg. So what I'm going to do, I have enough in savings, and I'm going to make enough on that paycheck to just pay off credit card number 2 and be done with it before, you know, it starts getting interest. So I am kind of nervous about that, but also be glad to get it over with, and I'll only have the one credit card to worry about instead of 3. And the last thing before I talk about what I bought is my tattoo. So a couple videos ago, or a couple updates ago, I talked about getting that tattoo, and it's a pretty expensive, but it's a really great artist, and yeah, I'm more than happy to pay that much for a really good tattoo. So I am going, I know it's the last week of June. I can't remember exactly what day, like the 26th, 27th, something like that. And yeah, I just have a few more $100 left to put into savings, which I'll put in from this paycheck, which it worked out well in my favor that May has 3 paychecks. Because sometimes, you know, when you get paid bi-weekly, it like works out where you get paid at the very, very first of the month, and then you get like right in the middle, and then one like right at the end. But it just makes it later in the next month, but whatever. So that 3rd paycheck is going to really help go toward that, and also help to pay off my credit card. And then once I get that tattoo out of the way, I'll be able to put all my savings, all my extra money into savings, and then paying off the last credit card and my student loan. Alright, so that was a lot. Now I'll talk about the stuff that I got. So, well, like I said, I went to REI. I actually went twice. So I went there to get these shirts from Prana, which I will show you. I'm wearing one now. This is like if you can't, I don't know if you can see it on camera, it's like an olive green. Has a little pocket. It's like a V-neck. And then I got this one. It's the same one, just in like a lilac. And then I got this tank top. Feels like the same material. I don't know if it is or not. I can look. But I like that they have like this seam down the back. It's kind of cool. It's something interesting instead of just, you know, solid fabric. So this is, yeah, so these are made out of modal, M-O-D-A-L. So they're really, really soft. I'm curious to see how they wash up. I've heard people say that the Prana shirts like wash really, really well. And I needed some like basic plain color shirts, because you don't want to wear a graphic shirt all the time. Like, it's only so many times I can wear my Motley Crue and Metallica shirts. And then part of the big reason why I went shopping in the first place was to get a pair of Choco sandals. And I saw online that Nordstrom Rack had them, so I went to REI to get those first, to the shirts, and then I went to Nordstrom Rack, and they didn't have a single pair. They had them online though, so I don't know, like, I guess they're online and in stores, not really related. And then I went to DSW. They had like one pair, and they didn't have anywhere close to my size. So I was like, okay, well, I think REI had them, but I didn't really see them in the store. So we went back, and they had them, and I tried them on, and I ended up with this pair. I wanted one that released black and white. I tried the ones, Chacos, you can get them with the, like a strap that goes around your toe or not. And I tried the ones with the toe strap, and it didn't really work. Like, I couldn't get it adjusted enough to be able to fit. So, got these, and yeah, I like them pretty, oh. It's been like raining and storming all day today. Wish I could have switched today and yesterday. Yesterday was really nice outside. But I'm glad that I got these, and they have this little tag. I have to cut that off because it kind of like drags the ground. The only problem that I have with them, which the reason why I got them is because they have this really great arch support, and I have plantar fasciitis, so that is like essential. That's why I can't wear flip-flops or anything. And the thing is, like, the heel isn't adjustable. It's fixed there, and I guess I have like a skinny heel that I didn't know that it was that skinny, and it's kind of loose, but which that's why, like, I couldn't, oh, that's kind of a word outside, oops. Here I am, like, waving it around, but I couldn't adjust one with the toe strap enough to compensate for not being able to adjust the heel, so that's why I got this one, but I think it's okay. And they are kind of heavy, but I would expect that from, you know, a more substantial shoes versus like a flip-flop or something. So I ended up paying about $90 for those. They were on sale though. And then the shirts total, so I know, like I said earlier, that they are a little more expensive. I paid about $110 for all 3 shirts. They were on sale as well, so I had started to place a bunch of orders on Prana, but I just never did. But I'm glad that I got to like look at them in the store and feel them, and they fit really amazingly, so I'm happy about that. And they'll last for a long time, and outlast my other shirts. The last thing I got, so I wanted one of these, and I looked at REI. They had a few, but I didn't really like them. They weren't really, you know, they're very clearly outdoorsy. So I needed a fanny pack, a belt bag, whatever you want to call it. So I settled on this one. I really like it. The only problem with it is that my phone barely fits in the pocket. But this is from, mine is drawing blank. Oh, Steve Madden says on the thing. They had a few different ones there, but I like this one the best. It's just a plain black. It is synthetic leather, and it has 2 little pockets. I can put my phone and some other stuff in here, and I guess my wallet or something, or my cards in here. And it's really nice, like a low profile kind of one. They had some that were a little bit bigger, but I'm a small person, so I don't think a big belt bag would work very well. And there was one that I liked that was like an army green kind of color, but it would not tighten enough for me, so I was afraid that, you know, you don't want it to like fall down. That'd be not good. So this one has like a belt strap, which I like a little more secure, I think, than like a more adjustable one. The only thing is that I got this because we're going to DC in June, when I'm getting the tattoo, and I've been to DC twice before, and both times I've brought like a big backpack, and it's just too hot in June to be wearing a backpack. So that's why I got this. I can just put my phone and wallet and stuff in there, which I can't carry snacks in here. I mean, maybe I could, like just something small, but that's why I brought the backpack for snacks. I'll have to see if I can find, I had one of those little reusable bags that you can fold up and put in your purse. Maybe if I can find that, I'll put that in here as well, just in case I get something, or like food or whatever, that I can carry it around. And that bag, this was only $25. So super happy about that. So the thing is, like I talked about before, some numbers kind of put stuff into perspective. So this month I spent a total of $225, and I have a spreadsheet where I keep track of all this stuff, and I added up. This year I have spent $881. That seems like a lot to me. So like to recap, in December, only thing I bought in December was to make a planner, so it was only $30. I didn't spend anything in January. In February I spent $173. March was $50, and April was $403, which I think last month though I bought that stuff from Pact, and then I got the stasher bags and a bunch of like hair dyeing stuff. I ran out of all my hair dyeing stuff, like gloves and caps and everything. So yeah, then this month I spent $225, so that's a lot. I'm gonna try to slow it down some, even though like I did like need this stuff. You know, I can do better. So hopefully in June, all that I spend really, which, well, I'm not going to count the tattoo and like this kind of stuff, but yeah, hopefully I don't spend that much. Yeah, that seems like a lot. And then that was $800 that I could have put tar paint off my credit card, or saving for the van. So that was it for this video. Let me know what you think. Oh, what did I... Wait a minute. So my challenge for you guys and for myself for May was to do spring cleaning. So I didn't do that because I was out of town. I was not out of town. I was at my dad's house for 2 weeks, and didn't really get a chance to do that. So carrying that over to June. summer cleaning. So that's it for this video. Let me know what you think, and this video thumbs up if that was helpful, and subscribe so you don't miss any other updates, and I will see you then. Bye.